4 years ago. And magic. And he was a very nice young boy who was toddling around in the woods after school. So, and we met through scouting. I was involved in one scout group and she was involved in another. And we came together doing activities. Our introduction to each other wasn't necessarily the best because she is a hard taskmaster and she cracks the whip. Okay? And I can be very relaxed and calm. And on the day in question, I didn't have a great deal of work that was required from me. I was surplus to requirements, so I was coming to the event to enjoy. Anita was in charge of the event, and she saw me, didn't know who I was because I hadn't been there at the introductions in the morning, because I arrived a bit later, because I wasn't required. Sorry, I'm sorry if I'm telling my point. So, as soon as she seen me, she thought, oh, I have more staff. I will give him a job. But I had found a very nice place, and this was beside the chocolate font machine, where they were melting chocolate, and they were dipping melons into this chocolate. And I was helping the children. I was showing them how to do this for a very small payment, which was one of their sweets. So for every one they got, I got one back. And she came to me and she said, "Who are you? You should be take them children and go." And I didn't obey quick enough, so she once again challenged me. But like the chocolate in this machine, over a period of time, she melted and she became the nice, beautiful lady she is today. So anyway, we became very friendly, and after a period of time, after a year, we decided we would move together. So we did, and I kind of had a plan that I would like to be in this relationship for a long time and committed to this relationship. So I had an idea in my head, but I'm not good with secrets. So I tried very, very hard to keep this secret. And my secret was that we would marry, that I would ask her to marry me and to marry me in Japan. So a year went by because I had things that needed to be done at home. And then I asked her one day, so I asked her, would she marry me? And she would, because she was very eager to marry me. Gentlemen, we know this. The ladies are very eager to marry us. I'm sure the gentlemen won't dare you, only the ladies will. And I said, will you marry me in Japan? She said, wait, I said, on top of Mount Fuji, at sunrise. To this, she said yes. So this was our big plan, which we, as I said, I am not good at keeping secrets. My family are worse than I am. So I thought, don't tell anybody just at the moment. So, hello, did you hear? Did you hear? They're getting married in Japan. I don't know why Japan. So, yeah, so our family, my family, because Anita's family is small, she has one brother, and her mum and dad are in Poland. But my family, who are large, because I have sisters and brothers, I have nieces and nephews, I have great nieces and nephews. So in our family bunch at home, we have maybe 80 or 90 people, which is a big group, not to mention my children. And everybody is of the mind that we are only doing this in Japan, just so as none of them can go. So anyway, we tried to arrange all their paperwork for it to have our marriage in Mount Fuji. Japanese authorities wouldn't marry us in Mount Fuji, wouldn't marry us because we are not Japanese citizens. The Irish embassy said no, they couldn't do this because Anita is not an Irish national, and also because, kind of catch on to yourself, young man. Anita tried with the Polish embassy, could we do this? And they said no, because I was not Polish. So we were advised at home, maybe if you do the paperwork at home, and you can have your ceremony on Mount Fuji at sunrise, anytime you want, you can do it. And so we had a plan that the group from our scouts, we are here with 300, over 300 Irish scouts in Yamaguchi for the World Scout Jamboree, which was an occasion where there were 34,000 scouts from all over the world, from 150 countries around the world. And we were all together, camping, working, and the children playing together. And we were all, we adults, there were over 7,000 adult volunteers running programs and organising everything, and there were X amount, a couple of thousand also, who were directly involved in making sure the children went to bed at night and making sure they got up in the morning. So the Irish people were all to come to Mount Fuji, and we had the man organised within the Irish contingent to marry us on Mount Fuji, and this plan collapsed because we became the only 3 people on Mount Fuji on the day in question. For safety reasons, they decided, which were good reasons, you don't bring 300 people up Mount Fuji and be responsible for 200 young people. It's too many people, and the dangers are too great, and to do this overnight. So the next plan was, okay, we will go up Mount Fuji and we have to make our vows. So we had our vows all organised, and Anita had a song that was to be sung. And we asked the boy who had no choice in any of this matter. He was being dragged up Mount Fuji. You are going. So it took us nearly 2 years to convince him that he wanted to do this. And we failed. Because he was never convinced he wanted to do this. And on the 12th of August, we arrived at Mount Fuji, having travelled from Matsumoto for 7 or 8 hours, and we arrived at 8:30 at night at Station 5, which is 2,400 meters, to start our climb. So we were to climb, to start a climb to the summit, and the plan was to be there for sunrise. We climbed for 9 hours, and I have to give all the credit in the world to this young boy, because he might walk slow at times, but he kept going, and we had some breaks, and we had some sleep maybe for 30 minutes at different stations, but he persevered, he kept going. When the rain came, he kept going. When the wind came, and we were completely in cloud, and we could see nothing, he kept going. And when we had passed station, you all know Mount Fuji, there is station 10, which is the summit. And when we passed station 9.5, and we're still walking, and we were just a little bit too late for sunrise, but it didn't matter, because we were in clouds, we would see no sunrise. And then there was a flash of lightning, and there was thunder. And the very clever boy, who has more sense than both his mother and myself, said, "I'm not going any further, I'm afraid." So we were very tired after 9 hours. We were very, very wet. And we all said, yes, we have enough. So we had to be 3,600 meters. And this is the highest I have ever been, because our mountains in Ireland are only 1,040 meters to the summit. So then, after 9 hours of going up, we had to start coming down again. And it rained, and the wind blew, and it hit us in the face, and the rain was bashing into our faces. And it was very uncomfortable. So we got down. We got down, and we came to station 5 after quite a few hours, maybe 10 o'clock. Find we're still in the cloud. The clouds have dropped so much, and it is still raining. And we changed our clothes very quickly and dried up. And I must say, for a few moments before we turned from above station 9.5, he said, "Patrick, you need to say some words very quickly." and he said, I now pronounce you man and wife. Let's go down. So he pronounced us man and wife. I don't even know, I can't recall that I kissed the bride at this point in time.
Yes,
I
you can kiss the bride.
Okay, let's go down. And we went down. And we spent our time on the train on our return to Matsumoto. We had to stop at Kofu. We stopped at Kofu, and we had a break, and we changed trains, and we had food, and we were so exhausted that we fell asleep on the train. And we knew, I had my alarm set, I knew we would fall asleep. I had my alarm set for 15 minutes before we arrived to Matsumoto. And before my alarm went off, we woke up. It was the train guard. He says, where are you going? Matsumoto. And we said, do we need to change? And we looked, there's no one on the train. Do we need to change trains? And he said, yeah, Matsumoto. And he points to the train across. So Juko has seen our bags. Our bags are not small. We only had small bags this day, but they were a little bit heavier. So we pulled our bags and we pulled everything, and we run across the platform and we get on the next train. And we're the alarm never went off on the phone. What happened? We got here early. Oh, I don't know. We changed it. And then the conductor comes to us again. Where do you want to go? Matsumoto. We are going to Matsumoto. Matsumoto. This is Matsumoto. We are already in Matsumoto. So we got off the train quick before it would go again and bring us somewhere else. And we walked back to our accommodation and we died. So the next day, because we didn't feel that this was very much of a marriage day or a marriage ceremony, the next day we had our experience in
behind we went to ryokan.
We went to ryokan.
Japanese ryokan.
And we sat while we were waiting for our meal. We had our baths, we had everything done. We had a very nice day. And we had 20 minutes to finish before dinner would be presented. And we sat on the mats across the table from the boy. And we took out the vows, and we took our vows. So on the 14th of August, in Japan, we finally took our vows, and we were married officially, as far as we were concerned. No, this was the marriage, and Magic officiated at the ceremony, and he called out the words which we must repeat. And so that has been our exciting time. Since then, as was explained, we have been to Miyajima. We have had much Japanese food. Miyajima was the only place where we had to fight for our food, and we had to fight with the deer, because the deer, every time you would take food, the deer would be on top of you and feet in the air and kicking to get the food. They were not as pleasant as the deer in Nara, who were very tame and are patient and will wait for the biscuits to come out of the bag, and will realise, no, this is their food and this is my food. And we have been to Akitsu, which is in the suburb of Hiroshima. We've been to Hiroshima, and we did have today the one thing we really wanted to see in Hiroshima, or I wanted to see, was the Peace Park. And we've been to the museum. And and as Magic said, it was very, very moving, very sad. We went to the bookshop and the souvenir shop, and we bought some books. So I want to have some books at home, because I believe it is very, very important that people, everybody, and particularly the children, because the children today have no knowledge of any of this. Children, I believe, they live in a bubble. Japanese children live in their bubble, and they think everywhere in the world is the same as Japan. And in Ireland, the children believe, everything is the same. And the only other influence is maybe internet or maybe TV. And in Ireland, we have TV from America. And it's not very good TV. We have TV from England, but mainly from America. and the children are looking at these programs and they see all the rich in America and they believe they are so poor, when really they are so well off, and they have so much that they should be so grateful for. So I think it's good if we bring books back and if we can have them there, and even if they can read one or two stories of the experiences of children during the war times, and maybe it will make for a better understanding for them, and also for a better world for the future for us all. So, thank you.